Didn't Nelson Mandela like
Oh my God,
what did
Nelson
the
Mandela
Mandela.
had a
NDC
reasonable
for?
goal. The Houthis, what's the Houthis'
Huh?
goal?
Houthis have a reasonable goal: end the siege on Gaza. That's not even asking for a one-state solution. They have a reasonable goal. It's to end the siege on Gaza,
Well,
which the
their
majority of
goal is
even the West.
their goal is to get an unconditional withdrawal so
Well,
Hamas
no,
can
if they
regain
blockade, they
power.
said their blockade. No, no, no. Their blockade has said end the siege on Gaza, which majority
What
of
do you think
the
siege on
Western
Gaza
world
means?
want.
That means Israel withdraws from Gaza.
Israel wouldn't even withdraw if Hamas disarms. They've said that they want to keep occupying it. So you're saying even if Hamas disarms, Israel has never said they're gonna
Hang on.
withdraw.
You're
No.
pivoting again. The question was, how does the Houthis help Palestine?
Houthis help Palestine by putting all the pressure they can on Israel with the minimum.
They're not putting any pressure at all. There's fuck all pressure.
Dude, they're putting pressure by robbing merchant ships that have almost no association with Israel whatsoever. And you have to like I remember when Hasan tried to justify like going after the Galaxy cruiser, like the Galaxy ship. Do you know what he said? He said that the person who owned the Galaxy cruiser company was friends with somebody from Israel, from the Israeli government. So it was a shipping freighter. So it was a shipping freighter that was traveling from a non-Israeli location to another non-Israeli location. And nobody on board was even Israeli. And nothing on board was going to Israel. So the connection he made was that the shipping company captain, the shipping company CEO, was friends with somebody from the Israeli government. Dude. Tell me you're anti-Semitic without telling me you're anti-Semitic, right? Because you're making all of these different levels of association in order to tie them back to like a very, very specific archetype that you're trying to classify them as in order to justify like robbing a freighter train. Not fucking freighter ship, right? Like in that way, yeah, it is kind of anti-Semitic because you're making the same kinds of connections in which that just like how neo-Nazis do, right? When neo-Nazis try to do like Jewish question, right? When they tried to do the JQ by connecting all the dots and saying like, oh yeah, oh wow, look at this. They're all connected with each other. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah, it's kind of unhinged. Actually, it's kind of anti-Semitic, if I dare do say so myself. I know Two Ton's saying headspace, and I kind of agree with some of his reasoning, but Lonerbox is in his debate pervert mode, and directing the young lad in the right course, he bites his ass. I mean, listen, look, Lonerbox is on a short leash these days, okay? Look, his girlfriend is currently going through a lawsuit that she's losing, okay? So, you know, it is what it is.
Sure, they're playing
okay.
on Israel.
All right.
Well, why are they bombing them then? Why are they bombing them if they're putting minimal pressure on? Huh? Why are they
because you're
bombing
still
them?
going to attack. Because you're still going to attack countries that are attacking
Hello
you.
again.
Of course. What?
Yeah, it's
You
done.
fire rockets at a country, they're going to hit you back. Yeah.
It doesn't. And you're acting like if they had the power to do something, you would support it. If they had the power to actually, like, if the Yemen was like not the poorest country in the world and had like a industry.
Okay, yeah. Let's assume that.
Yeah, but why are they poor? Why is Yemen poor? It's poor because the Houthis keep on taking resources away from aid groups. The aid groups. Are you staring at your Lebanese crush? Yeah, I actually really love Lonerbox. He's like my delicious goat boy, okay? Yeah. But like again, I just want to say like the Houthis steal aid from the people of Yemen. That's why everyone there is poor and starving and dying, okay? They're stealing aid. They hoard that shit, dude. I don't know what else to say. Do your research. God, these people never do their research. Yeah, okay.
Let's assume that Yemen has the same firepower as Israel. What should they do in your eyes? Let's say they have they've got the F-35s, they've got fucking a couple of nukes, they've got some tactical nukes.
Okay.
What do you think the Houthis should do?
Okay, blockade the strait, as they're already doing right now. Blockade the strait.
Okay, so number one, we got blockade the strait. So fuck international shipping for like what, like was it like 30-something% of global shipping? Okay.
All the West,
and third world countries as well. Sorry, like, do you think it's only Western countries that use the Red Sea? Why do you keep saying all Western?
No, I'm saying because the Houthi said they're targeting ships linked to Israel in the west.
Yeah, but sorry, the Houthis. What?
No, Yemen gets fucked by the Saudi fucks big time. No, I agree. I agree with that. Houthis don't control all of Yemen, most of Yemen, like 75% of Yemen, right? Especially the side that is facing the river, right? We're talking about Western Yemen, right? Both Yemens are horrific shitholes. Yeah, I agree with that. But the thing is that you can't tell me that, oh yeah, the Saudi Arabia, everybody talks about how Saudi Arabia fucked over Yemen, but then we're not also going to be talking about how the Houthis don't give a fuck about, they literally don't give a flying fuck about, anybody.
What country has been more attacked in terms of ownership in the Red Sea by the Houthis than any other?
Yeah, that's
Greece.
good,
It's like Greek-owned companies
yeah,
like have been mostly.
It's like they ship. That's because they ships like dock at like.
Yeah, it's
ports
because
in
ships
Israel.
change operators and licensing and ownership all the fucking time,
Oh,
which is
okay.
why.
So in this hypothetical, they're powerful, so they have better intel and stuff like that. So they should blockade the strait. And then God, they're far away. So other than that,
So they should block international shipping unilaterally. Okay, good.
Yes, they should bomb.
Okay.
They should bomb. What they should do?
They should bomb? Wait, what?
Yeah, they should go to war with Israel and like follow all the international law and make Israel stop. If they had the same power.
Well,
yeah,
these are
that's what
mutually
they should do.
exclusive, right? Because the Houthis.
Wait, the Houthis go to war with Israel under international law? What? I want whatever this guy's cooking, okay? I want whatever this guy's on. This guy is on some... Oh my... I don't know what this guy is on, okay? It's based, okay? He's on some base juice, okay? I want whatever this guy's having, alright? He thinks the Houthis should go to war with Israel under international law. Oh my god. International law. War with... Oh my god. What? Okay. Alright. I got you.
Are a non-state actor. They have no right to wage war against anyone.
Well,
So
what?
We're saying their power.
I just...
Okay, so they're they're a sovereign state. Okay, so they should go to war with Israel to achieve what?
To achieve Israel pulling out of
I'm
Gaza,
flabbergasted.
which is what they want of their blockade.
So
That's
Israel
all they
pulls out
want,
of Gaza unilaterally, right? So yeah, they basically just bomb Israel until they're chased out of Gaza.
Yes.
Okay. Why?
It can be another, or
What?
Gaza's given under another Palestinian rule.
And you,
Or Gaza's given under another Palestinian rule.
Okay, so obviously, so Israel, okay, yeah, so that.
Houthis are not a state entity. International laws don't apply from the perspective of 95% on Earth. By the way, I just want to say, telling everybody to respect international laws in the first place, even if they are a state entity, is kind of laughable. It's not entirely laughable, but it's kind of laughable. There are plenty of actual state entities that have disobeyed international laws and gotten away with it scot-free. So that's already like a really, really big thing that you have to try to get people to do, right? But in addition to that, you also have to consider the fact that the Houthis are fucking terrorists. They don't give a fuck about the international community. They're like, why they don't care about getting any kind of legitimacy on the world stage except on TikTok. And they're poor. I mean, the Houthis are well armed, right? But
again, Israel withdraws all the way out of Gaza, okay? They definitely don't want October 7th again, and they're definitely not going to trust...
But we can point to international law as the expected norm for behavior yeah, but then the laughable part is that he's asking the Houthis to do it. I'm sorry, it's just...
Hamas to rebuild in a way that's different.
I have so many questions.
Yeah, so Israel's going to... Yeah, I'm asking you hypothetically, I'm asking to follow your military goals here, okay? They've pulled all the way out of Gaza, okay? They're going to keep the blockade up and just do it far fucking stronger than they ever did before October 7th. Should the Houthis stop their campaign anyway, though, or should they go further?
Wait, can I?
Yeah, you're asking the fucking Houthi pirates to follow international law. You know, the people, the pirates, right? John is right. Israel should lower its age of required service so they can use children dying propaganda too. Jesus fucking Christ. Based. Okay, not based. Okay, okay.
So
Not based. Not
I'm
based.
trying
Not
to follow
based.
your goal. Your goal has got the Israeli withdrawal from Gaza, but Israel says, okay, yeah, we'll leave Gaza. We're just going to blockade so hard around the strip, on the borders, in the sea and the air that they can't import shit, basically. And we're going to.
Okay, I'll answer the question. I promise.
Who's being absurd? Oh yeah, sure, I
keep
agree.
talking about Hamas disarming. Has Israel proposed leaving the Gaza Strip even if Hamas fully disarms
Nope.
and relinquishes power? Exactly. No. So you're saying like if Hamas disarms, Israel would leave?
Like I would agree that, you know, not Hasan, Jesus. I would agree that, you know, Hamas should fucking disarm if it's the fact that like and the IDF should leave the Gaza Strip. If the IDF was like completely and utterly evil, I guess, and Hamas wasn't killing its own civilians to further their own propaganda goals and filming, you know, their own civilians doing suicide bomb runs, while they are producing more propaganda to create more suicide bombers.
No, they
Hot
would
take,
not
I know.
leave. They would stay there. So that's why they have every right to fight them. Okay, and now answering this question, Israel has no right to intensify the blockade. No right to intensify the blockade. And
That's why I'm asking you. You think Israel has no right to intensify the blockade? That's why I'm asking you. Okay, Israel's withdrawn from Gaza. They put the blockade up because they don't want another October 7th happening. So what do the Houthis do next with their power?
I can say how Israel does not want another October.
No, what
7th
does
attack.
Houthis do next? You dipshit!
End the
Oh
oppression.
my god!
Because obviously, when there's
What a
oppression,
moron, dude.
people fight back. There's always gonna be
Specific. Don't just say end the oppression. Specific.
And the
What is that?
oppression. At least pull out of the West Bank. Get all your military things out. Get your fucking settlers out. Get those fucking a lot of those fucking right wing settlers out.
So the Houthis should keep bombing Israel until Israel pulls all their settlers out of the West Bank.
Yes, and yes, they should.
Okay. So
And
Israel is
mind you,
unilaterally
also-
pulled out of Gaza and the West Bank now because of Houthi military pressure. They're not allowed to blockade.
Bro, I can't imagine a single world where because of Houthi military pressure, military pressure of all things, that Israel is going to pull its settlers out of the West Bank. These two countries are not even next to each other. I just want to say that. Like, they're not even Yemen and Israel is not even next to each other.
Okay, so it's an open border between Gaza and Israel, or is it just like what? There's no
What?
fence. What happens here?
What?
They let stuff in. It's not like
They let anything in. So Hamas can just import whatever they want, right? Can they let weapons in?
We're not saying Hamas necessarily has to.
They will be in
We're saying
power.
that-
They will 100 billion% be in power if Israel unilaterally withdraws from Gaza. Stop lying to yourself. Next.
I really wish I lived in a leftist world, dude. I really wish, you know, it's maybe just me doing wishful thinking or something. Maybe just me. Yeah, maybe it is just wishful thinking. But like in a leftist world, all right, in this so-called leftist world, Hamas will just pull out of Gaza the moment that Israel completely kowtows to Hamas. What? What are you talking about? Hello, Jesse? I don't see how it's leftism, though. It's widely believed among lefties. Is that leftism? Like, obviously, I don't think it's like part of leftist ideology to the point where it's like anti-capitalist or something, right? But I'm saying this is a common held belief among lefties, yeah.
In exchange for Hamas, what about them pulling out Gaza in exchange for them giving political control to another?
Like, okay, basically all I'm gonna say is ask any lefty, they will agree at least to the fact that if Israel completely pulls down the walls and completely lowers the border, so then everybody is let back into Israel and everybody returns to their homes as once before, that Hamas will simply stop existing. That's not true. That's not true. It's just not true. Like, Hamas will keep existing no matter what kind of concessions Israel makes to Hamas. Right? Like, why do you think they would just disappear? You can make an argument for Hamas not becoming a power because right now Hamas is plowed and Gazans are pissed with Hamas doing what they have been doing. You can make an argument for Hamas not being a power. What do you mean? What? Okay, stop. The moment that you give them any kind of breathing room, all right, they'll take the oxygen, right? Like, these people, these monsters, all right? You can't give them any breathing room, okay?
The Palestinian group.
So how are the Houthis going to do that? How are they going to achieve that? Are they going to bomb Gaza until Hamas stops, or what?
Hamas, I'm pretty sure Hamas has always offered to.
No, but
give
we're
the
talking about the
Gaza
Houthis are getting a unilateral withdrawal. This isn't a deal they're getting. The Houthis are just bombing Israel until they leave Gaza unconditionally.
They can force Israel to accept the deal.
Ew.
To accept the
Well, the
harsh
deal from
abuse.
Hamas is not. Again, we can look at Hamas's interview, like the Hamas spokesperson's interview. They did not say that they would disarm. They just said that they just said that they wanted to give the hostages back in exchange.
In the NBC News one, they didn't think. They said that they'll disarm as a political group. In the one that I read in February 2025.
Yeah, so they've claimed that they would disarm, but they would remain a political group, right?
Yeah, that's obvious. Yeah.
Like what was it? What were they called? They used to be called.
I don't want to asphyxiate the two-tone guy. Listen, I don't know. Maybe you're dating him or something. Okay, I'm too harsh on your boyfriend. All right.
But Jama al-Islamiyah, they did that, right? They were a non-armed
I love you, okay,
political
Toaster?
group.
I love you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and you think Hamas is just not going to be able to regain military or political power after this unilateral withdrawal? There's no one else in Gaza, right? Like,
no, if another passing body governs in, they can make sure.
Like
that,
who? If Israel unilaterally withdraws from Gaza, who's the one that claims victory there?
Hamas, rightly so.
Yeah, so
not
Hamas would. Hamas, yes,
Maybe I'm underestimating his radicalism. Well, he's not like radical. Like, he's not like bad Ebenada levels of radical, but this is somebody who clearly has been fed misinformation and he's just like throwing out a bunch of buzzwords and shit, right? Like, obviously, you can argue that maybe, maybe Lonerbox should be nicer to him or something, right? Like, I think that's fine. I think you should argue that Lonerbox should be nicer to him, right? But at the same time, you came onto the audience, you decide to debate. Okay, now you're going to be eating it up, I guess. A little
Israel
bit.
withdraws from Gaza. Hamas are going to be the most popular movement.
Wouldn't be like stalemate because Hamas invaded and they got pushed back, and because that's how Hamas invaded. They got pushed back, so it wouldn't.
Yeah, they're not. Hamas ain't going to see it that way. What are you talking about? Hamas frames everything as a victory. Let alone Israel said they were going to destroy us and they failed. Hezbollah claimed victory, even though they crossed into Israel and then got pushed back in 2006.
My ideal final solution is what Hasan al-Nasrallah said, which he said anything. He said that the final political solution has to be one state.
Yeah, I'm asking you to stay focused. Yeah, he also said a million other things that would completely contradict that. But in any case,
a lot of those quotes are fake. Yeah.
No, they're not.
Go on.
Which quote have I ever said of Nasrallah that was fake? Give me one.
The ones in Ethan's.
Well, there's one that's contested. I don't know if there's one that's definitely fake.
Oh no, basically all of them were contested.
No, they're absolutely not. Which one?
Oh my god.
One is contested. The rest of them are real.
One that in Israel to so you make them easier to like.
Yes, that's the contested one because there is a gap in the official text. That's the contested one, which some people say he said, others say he didn't. What else was fake? What else was definitely fake?
On the video clip, I can see where it's like it was definitely him. Let me go on his Wikipedia because he even put all of his Wikipedia. So that one is that one's contested. I already know that's fake. I remember watching.
Contested doesn't mean fake, but carry on. Do you even know why it's contested? What's the nature of the contest?
Well, you said that there was a gap in it.
So you don't know that things that I haven't told you already. As I want to know what you know to make sure to determine it's fake.
I just read the Wikipedia on it.
Okay, so you don't know why people contest it. It's okay.
Well, I remember watching a video where Ethan said in his video that he could.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? Fuck, I was not listening because I was busy organizing my fucking highwayman for the next run. Wait, what the fuck? Did I? Fuck.
These
Things that I haven't told you already, as I want to know what you know to make sure to determine it's fake.
I just read the Wikipedia on it.
Okay, so you don't know why people contest it. It's okay.
Well, I remember watching a video where Ethan said in his
Okay, whatever.
video
It's
that
fine.
he
I don't
quoted
need
the
to understand
Israeli
it.
foreign minister about
fine.
Hassan Nasrallah's quote.
Whatever.
And a lot of them come from like Israel's foreign minister. Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course they would, because the Israeli Foreign Ministry wants people to know what Nasrallah said. That doesn't mean the quotes are fake.
Nasrallah,
There's
okay.
a whole book of Nasrallah's speeches from like the 80s up until mid 2000s.
Dude, by the way, this Nasrallah point is literally from Hasan. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't even know why I said he may not be a Hasan fan, okay? By the way, okay, when I was reviewing the Hasan stuff, when I was reviewing the Hasan reply for the 9 hours, there was a segment in which Hasan literally talks about how it was a Nasrallah quote or something, and one of Hasan's, like, orbiters also repeated this in a video of his on Ethan Klein. So, again, like, this is a Hasan point.
I don't trust what the Israeli foreign minister says without proof. There has to be proof about that.
Well, apparently you haven't even looked, but okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Okay, well, from the videos I've seen, two videos I've seen, he said one solution with democratic rights for both Jews and things, and he fought back against anti-Semitism in another video where he said.
Do you think Hasan Nasrallah is naive enough to think that Palestine would function as a democratic state with equal rights for both groups, including right of return as well, by the way? So
I'll tell you the equal right.
By the way, Hasan was debanned today. Yeah, I know.
Equal right thing. So you're saying
Very cool.
Arab states did not have equal rights back in the 1940s when they had Jews, and I'm gonna say this: in the 1940s, no minorities had equal rights. No minority anywhere had equal rights. I'm saying if Israel was not created, and the Jews would have probably stayed there, and I don't see a massive.
Well, they would have stayed because they had no other country to run away to.
Well, and they wouldn't, and the need to run away would be much less.
No, it wouldn't. There were still violence against Jews in all of these countries, even in the 30s, even in the early 40s. Yeah,
well, the violence significantly escalated due to. But I'm not going to say due to Arabs being blaming their own Jews on what happened.
What do you mean it significantly escalated? The Farhud was before 48. The Egyptian riots were in 45. The Libyan ones were in 34. The French ones were in 34. The pogroms were before the 48 war. No. Most of these countries, the pogroms happened earlier.
Farhud was Nazi propaganda from the West.
Yeah, with a local leader. Why do you think Nazi propaganda in the West worked on Iraqis?